Oh yeah, you already know what time it is. You already know what's going on. I'm your host Cam Silver,
And I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and welcome back to another episode of the Silver Boys Podcast. Man,
Hey,
Kyle, we had ourselves a crazy week one.
damn man, yes we did, yes we did, yes we did. Week one fireworks. Teams showing out where they could, when they could. So I'm just happy football's back, brother.
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, let's just go through the games from week one. How about that?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so we already talked about the Eagles and Cowboys game. Good game. Chargers defeated the Chiefs 27-21 on Friday night in Brazil. Steelers defeated the Jets 34 to 32 in an unlikely shootout out of all, right?
What a great game that one was. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Commanders defeated the Giants 21 to 6. Cardinals defeated the Saints 20 to 13. Colts defeated the Dolphins, or I should say dismantled the Dolphins 33 to 8. The Raiders beat the Patriots 20 to 13. Jaguars defeated the Panthers 26 to 10. Bengals defeated the Browns 17 to 16. Bucks defeated the Falcons 23 to 20. 49ers defeated the Seahawks 17 to 13. Broncos defeated the Titans 20 to 12. Packers defeated the Lions 27 to 13. Rams defeated the Texans 14 to 9. Bills defeated the Ravens 41 to 40. Vikings defeated the Bears 27 to 24.
Man, there's some games in there, brother, that you mentioned. I don't even know which one to start with, honestly.
Shoot, let's start with this. We might as well start up top. Let's start with the Steelers and the Jets.
Okay. What a great game that one was, Steelers versus Jets. First showing for Aaron Rodgers in a Steelers uniform, first showing for the Jets with Justin Fields. Um Justin Fields and those in that Jets team will definitely be all right. They will be okay. Although they lost, they fought pretty much to the very, very end. That game was very much back and forth, but Aaron Rodgers being who Aaron Rodgers is, I love seeing him being able to roll out a lot more, just that looking like that classic Aaron Rodgers. He threw for 4 touchdowns also. He had two like real quick ones right back to back on 2 possessions. So that was really important. That man was just slinging that pigskin. um so it was, I actually genuinely, Aaron Rodgers looks very comfortable in that offense. I'm glad, obviously he has the freedom to do what he needs to do. But even Justin Fields as well too, man. He was able to just, run the ball down their throat, it seemed like almost as well too, and make great passes as he making reads and whatnot as well too. So Jets are gonna be in a great position this year. I could see them in the playoffs, to be quite honest. I know it's only week one, but I like the way that team looked in of all games, that one was the shootout. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. Did not expect that one to be a shootout like at all, like at any given point because both teams have really good defenses. So, but
hmm
defenses clearly they're still trying to get their bearings. But yeah, Aaron looked really good. Not wasn't overly surprised by how good Aaron looked. But he just looked like he looked like classic Aaron Rodgers. He looked like Aaron Rodgers. I haven't seen him look this good basically since Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah.
So that was a really encouraging sign to see right there. Obviously, the Steelers defense has a lot to work on, stopping the run and things of that nature. But for the other side, the Jets, Justin Fields looks a lot better than I thought he would, at least in his early stage. I knew later on that he would figure it out, but in his early stage that they looked really good. And just after this first week alone, I could definitely see the Jets being second in that AFC East and fighting for a playoff spot. So yeah, I really like where that Jets team is. Just so happy for Justin Fields because I've been a Justin Fields stan for like ever at this point, and I just hated hearing people say, "Oh, he can't throw, he can't do this, he can't do that." But it's like he never actually had the actual chance to do so because the Bears kept changing out head coaches, offensive coordinators, so he's always in something different. The Steelers only gave him 6 games, and then they put in Russell Wilson instead of keeping in Justin Fields. So it's good to see he's coming in with Aaron Glenn, new coach, new GM, and all that good stuff, and they fully believe in him. So congratulations to the Jets. Uh, how long is it till your boy Dart starts?
3 weeks. for 3 weeks.
Three? You think so?
I'm gonna
After
say
that,
I'm gonna say four. I'm gonna say four. I actually do think I think damn 6 points, bro. 6 points. That's all I can account for, man.
and for
It's just I don't even know what to say.
and
I
for those
really
out
don't.
there, no, the 6 points was not on a touchdown. It was off two field goals. They did not get into the end zone, even though they were close a few times.
They
And
were close at least 2 to 3 times. Couldn't,
yeah,
the Giants weren't able to punch it in. Every time they got down into that red zone and that field compresses, um, it just seemed like Washington was just pretty much, um, yeah, Washington. Washington was able to just essentially just have their way with the Giants, man.
yeah,
Russell Wilson not able to step up in the pocket, he's holding the ball a little too long. There's a couple of occasions where I've seen other guys like Josh Allen step up. I've seen guys like Pat step up. I've seen guys like Lamar step up, Jaden Daniels. I've seen them step up into the pocket, climb the pocket like a ladder essentially. Um and him just I don't know what the play calling is. I don't know what Brian Dable's doing in terms of play calling. Um there's no creativity. They can't get nothing, bro.
it's
But the most important thing I think and why I'm saying Jackson Dart will start within 4 weeks, I believe, is just improvisation. I think that's the biggest thing. Extending plays when there aren't any plays to be made, I think is honestly one of the most important things to have as a quarterback now. Making something out of nothing. And I don't think Russ is at that stage yet. I don't think Russ is at that stage at all anymore.
I think that it's a possibility that Jackson Dart might start a little earlier,
Mm.
only because I feel like Dable and Shane, I feel like they're fighting for their lives right now. They're fighting for their jobs right now.
Oh, they most definitely are.
So I think that that's why I have a feeling that it might shift a little quicker than we think. But I do see where you're coming from by saying that give or take 3 to 4 weeks because that old line is just abysmal. Like that old line sucks.
I mean, even with I don't even care that Andrew Thomas isn't in the game. Like it's every time I come on this on this freaking podcast, it feels like during football season. What is the first thing that I'm always saying about these damn Giants?
The whole
No
line.
O line.
Yeah,
And I believe the preseason hype. That's why I'm so mad, man. It was all jumping up and down,
I know.
looking like a whole new thing was coming on. Man, go ahead, Cam. Go
That's what
ahead.
that's what happens when you put in like when you have the second stringers mainly do all the work on the other side, right? Another big one. The Colts defeated the Dolphins 33-8. Your boy Daniel Jones had a day. 22 for 29, 272 yards, a touchdown. He also had 7 carries for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. When was the last time you seen him with 2 touchdowns on the ground, Kyle?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Man, you know what, man? He in a good system, and that's all I can say about it. Daniel Jones was slinging that rock. I texted you at halftime, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
yeah. He was like,
yo."
I was like, hey, he in a good system. That's all I could say.
And
I
then I'm
didn't really
sitting
have
there, and
much of
I'm
him.
watching Russell Wilson, and I'm like, "You got to be kidding me! You have to be kidding me! 6 points. Daniel Jones put up what? 33?
33.
Come on, man." Come on, just goes to show like systems mean everything,
They do.
coaching means everything, and while and Danny Jones did get us to a playoff, with Brian Dable obviously on the back of Saquon, but for Daniel Jones to go out and do what he did for the Colts, honestly, like I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong, because there's a lot of controversy regarding him and Anthony Richardson.
Right.
So for him to go out and ball the way he did, I think he just did nothing but secure that number one spot for a while now at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Unless something unforeseen happens, yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's got the number one spot too, and they got a good team over there.
hmm
On the Dolphins side, Tua probably played arguably the worst game I think I've ever witnessed. Tua had a QBR of 2.7 and 3 turnovers.
Yeah, man, boy, that next Thursday game, man, I'm not looking forward to it,
Mm,
dude. Because I
mm,
mean, if it's us, and then it's the Dolphins. Seems
mm.
like, honestly, honestly, and maybe even Detroit too, dude. Honestly,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you
We're
know,
we're definitely
our
gonna talk about them in a little bit, but yeah.
6 points though.
Remember, y'all, two field goals. The Bucks defeated the Falcons 23-20. The Falcons kicker missed a game time field goal as time expired. Young Wei Koo, he was automatic. Then all of a sudden he wasn't. Ugh.
Man, what a heartbreaking loss that is, relying on your kicker. But both teams fought well on that one too, as
Yeah,
well. The Bucks are the Bucks, man. Baker is Baker. And they obviously going to be a threat with a Todd Bowl led defense. So I expect honestly nothing different from the Bucks this year. To
yeah,
be quite honest with you.
yeah. I think it's gonna be obviously that division is gonna be strictly Bucks Falcons. So
Yeah.
I expect that one to come down to the finish. Moving on to the Packers defeating the Lions 27-13. It was Michael Parsons' debut. Obviously, overall, he looked really good. Got some QB pressures. He even got a sack. But yeah, the Packers, man, they looking real dangerous. While the Lions, without their coordinators and their other, because remember, there were other position coaches that got taken away too. Yeah, man, they better turn it around.
So, Micah Parsons' first game out, 29 snaps. But those were in impactful 29 snaps. That's just the type of person, type of player that he is. He's gonna cause disruption. He's gonna get to your quarterback. He's gonna pressure quarterback. The Packers are the best team in the league right now, though. And I say that very confidently.
Well, statement. I like it.
The Packers are the best team in the league right now.
I like that.
Um, what they were able to do to Detroit. And I didn't expect to see Detroit so bad not be able to move the ball. Um, but that Green Bay defense is I put more of the impact on them than I'll take away from the Detroit offense. I know not having your coordinators and then a lot of other position coaches aren't there anymore, so that definitely has probably a lot to do with it. The whole different continuity of coaches, players. Detroit's still working out things. I'm sure Dan Campbell will get them, correct and whatnot.
Right.
Um, but they just went up against a juggernaut, and when that Green Bay team is healthy, it's dangerous. They are dangerous.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to how they play throughout the season. We'll get into their Thursday night game in a little bit, but yeah, yeah, I'm very interested to see obviously the Packers move on along. Very interested to see how and if the Detroit Lions are able to bounce back too.
Yeah, that's honestly what I'm looking forward to next. Just being able to see if Detroit can actually come back from this. I want to see what their offense is going to look like in week 2 as well. Let me see how and if it's going to be anemic and stop and go type of offense still.
Right.
Um, got to get Amon Ross and Brown involved a lot more. Jameer Gibbs was kind of trying to do his thing, but they just couldn't even run the ball, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, no.
And Jared Goff is just gonna be Jared Goff. He a pocket passer to the day he dies. You feel me?
Yeah, no, he don't really got much mobility, so.
Not no more.
Yeah, no. The Bills defeated the Ravens 41-40. The Bills trailed by 15 with 3:57 left in the fourth quarter and somehow, some way figured out a way out. Wow. Shocked.
All I could do is shake my head.
I was shocked. I was like, whoa, ain't no way. But
3 minutes to go. Baltimore, you up 15, 40-25. And then just Josh Allen and Keon Coleman, boy.
man, he woke up and he came to play.
Keon Coleman, boy.
And then what
He
did we say?
was.
And what do we say in the previews, man? This was gonna be his year. This is
We
gonna
did
be
say that. We did say that. And Josh just looking the way Josh does, but some of the throws that he was able to go towards for Keon and Keon being in the right spot at the right time. Remember when that ball got tipped and Keon was just right there in the end zone, which is just like you always got to have a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck is involved with each win as well too.
Mhm.
Um, but damn, Derrick Henry fumbling. That was the killer. If he doesn't fumble, they win that game.
Yeah,
Genuinely, the tide shift right then and there. The tide was shifting already, in process of it, and then just Derrick Henry rushing for what he had like 200 yards, right?
almost. Yeah,
Or
about.
like maybe like high 190s or something like that.
Yeah,
Um, Derrick Henry was doing his thing, and so was Lamar. They were doing their thing, man. But they couldn't score when it counted, and they couldn't close it out. And if it's not one person like Mark Andrews, during
divisional round.
the divisional round, if it ain't Mark Andrews dropping the ball or it ain't Lamar, throwing for two turnovers or something like that, two interceptions. Now we got Derrick Henry. Like, if it's not one thing, it's another. Isaiah Likely last year, first game of the season, toe right there at the very end, so it's like, damn. They continually shoot themselves in the foot like my boy from 8 Mile. That's what I've been saying, honestly, since it happened.
Yeah,
It's just they keep shooting themselves in the foot, man, or just like untimely plays, untimely mistakes more than anything else, which just sucks because it's like, damn, like y'all, you want to talk about a black cat curse, man?
yeah. I feel like more of it is on, for me personally, more of it is on coaching. They too much. We've seen it too many times. They go away from what they're used to doing. They go away from their winning game plans. They get up like they right here. They get up by 15. They start playing conservative. Like, what are we doing here? I'm not saying still throw the ball deep and things of that nature, but play your game. Just, you know what I mean? Just play your game. Stop trying to just run the clock out, run the ball out. The other team is gonna do what they need to do in order to get that ball back. And
And then
that's what they did. So,
and I
and
expected
but
that
this keeps
defense to be a
happening
lot
time and
better
time
too.
again. Yes, the defense has to be a lot better as well. Also, why don't you go for it on that 4th and 3? You knew your defense had no momentum. There was no trust in that defense basically all night.
Yeah, no,
You put them
no.
you put them in a vulnerable spot, and there was a reason why. And then after that, Josh Allen does what Josh Allen does. He marches down the field with ease, and then he gets them. And then after that, scores again. Then after that, was able to get to that field goal at the end. But yeah, man, just shocked.
It was the ease that Josh Allen was able to run down the field on them two,
Yeah,
3 times in a row.
yeah,
And then especially like, the game winning field goal too. Like that was it a field goal?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That game winning field goal, like how do you just it just seemed like too easy for them.
Mhm.
You let them I don't even know what the defensive plan was. What could it have been? Because Keon Coleman was just all around, boy. I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with your game, Keon.
Hey, if you wasn't familiar with this game, you ain't watching at Florida State.
Yeah, yo.
He's been on this type of time. But moving on, Vikings defeated the Bears 27-24. The first three quarters, JJ McCarthy did not look too good. Then after that fourth quarter, after that pick six, he just turned up. The Bears, they looked good on like the first drive, and then after that, they didn't look good until after JJ McCarthy had turned up, and then by that point, it was too late. So yeah, like I said, JJ, he turned up in that fourth quarter. He looked good. I believe that now that will be the thing that gets him going. For Caleb Williams, he looked good in the beginning. Then after that, he kind of fell back into the tendencies that he had over the past couple of years, coming from college, going into the NFL from last year. He just has to figure out how to just stay on time, honestly. And he's actually a lot faster than I think people thought because of the way that he was scrambling out of the pocket from time to time. He was getting around and getting and trying to move the chains. But yeah, I like the trajectory for both of these teams right now. Even
I actually,
the
yeah,
Bears.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I thought that was actually a really, really good game, Vikings versus the Bears. After that pick six, a lot of quarterbacks sometimes, they get in their own head, they get in their own way. But for JJ after that pick six to come back and throw two touchdowns, man, that's a bad boy. That's a bad boy.
Hmm.
And it's not real. It's technically not his rookie season. It's his second year, but this is his rookie season. Um, so for him to come in like the way he did, throw that pick six, and then just to bounce back, like the bounce back is always the biggest thing. Next possession. That's what we always say. That's what our dads taught us. Next possession, next possession, next possession. Short term memory, short term memory. And he was very much a proponent of them winning more than anything else. It was actually crazy to watch because Caleb was looking very, very, very good early on. He was scrambling well. He was hitting Rome and he was hitting other guys as well too. Um, Swift was even doing his thing a little bit as well too, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah,
So um I don't think the Bears are I don't think the Bears will be in the position they were in last year. I think it's just now about like if you do get out to a lead, holding that lead, extending that lead, and just playing your game more than anything else, not getting Caleb Williams to hold the ball and whatnot as well too. Getting the ball out quickly is the most important thing I think for them,
yeah.
for
Which is what,
Chicago.
yeah, which is what he was doing too in the beginning. But then after that, once the Vikings defense started to settle in, then that's when I figured out that I think that's when they started to figure them out a little bit more.
Hmm.
Mhm. Going into week two, we were just able to watch the Packers defeat the Commanders 27-18. Um, wow, like the Commanders could barely get anything going.
You
Anything
the
going.
Packers are the best team in the league right now, dog.
The defense is stout, man. They you could tell with Michael Parsons how much of a difference it makes for their defensive line too. And I love that for them because they're just getting after the quarterback with no care in the world right now. And the guys on the back end too in the secondary, they're doing their thing, and the linebackers they're holding it down as well. So I really like that. But some bad news for on both sides. Austin Eckler, the Commanders believe that he may have torn his Achilles. And then for
Damn.
Jaden Reed, it's looking like he has a broken collarbone, so he will be out for multiple weeks. So yeah, two big time players, especially for the Commanders with Austin Eckler, because they lean on him a lot. You could tell. So
Definitely.
that's gonna be something. But yeah, yeah, Packers, man.
Yo, the way that they made the Washington Commanders offense, Kingsbury led offense, look anemic. They couldn't get nothing. It was a lot of short yardage situation throws that they could only do. A lot of just going to the outside almost because there was apparently just nothing down the field, and they was getting after Jaden Boy. They was getting after him. Closing that pocket down. Jaden couldn't even step up a lot as well.
Yeah.
Um, only putting up 18 points against that type of defense is you know they didn't put up a touchdown until late in the game.
Hmm.
Later on in the game, which just goes to show like, yo, these Packers they came to play this year, man.
They smell it. They smell it. They think that even before Micah, they thought that they had a Super Bowl caliber type of team, and then now with Micah, that just puts them over the top, and you could see it too.
And like, as Mikey just gets more healthy from that back, he's just gonna keep playing more and more snaps. And the more
Hmm.
snaps he plays, the more damage he's gonna cause.
Right, right,
You
yeah.
know?
I'm very excited to see where this Packers team goes, and also where the Commanders go, especially because I think that they still have a good team.
Yeah, no, definitely. They'll bounce back from this.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Just some key injuries before we quickly wrap up, and then we go into college football for a little bit. Key injuries for week two. Brock Purdy will be out for multiple games. George Kittle's going to IR with a hamstring injury. The Cowboys will miss Deron Bland for a couple weeks. So yeah, that stuff right there not looking so good on that side, especially for San Fran. And to remind everybody, they still don't have no Brandon Ayuk as well, so that's still gonna he's still out for a few more weeks, as from what we know. Um, Jalen Carter will not be suspended for the Chiefs game, but he did get fined, $57,222, and the reason why he got fined that exact amount is because that is exactly how much he makes per game. So,
They
yeah.
took a game check.
You just take a game check, exactly. The Jaguars trade Tank Bigsby to the Eagles in exchange for a 2026 fifth and sixth round picks. So
Okay.
stuff right
Okay.
there. Because I do know that Will Shipley, if I'm not mistaken, Will Shipley did get injured in the week 1 game. So that's good. That's good stuff for them. Tank Bigsby is a really good running back that can come in from behind on Saquon. Pause. Um, yeah, let's get into some college football before we wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Last week,
A lot of
nothing,
blowouts.
yeah, a lot of blowouts. Nothing crazy. Everybody did what they had to do. Oklahoma was able to come out on top against Michigan 24-13. So yeah, nothing like I said, nothing crazy on week 2. That's usually what happens. All the teams kind of get their bearings back and they, beat up on the little guy real quick.
They're straight. The week two is always just beat up on little guy. Go put up
Mm-hmm.
the most amount of points that you could put up. Three, four
Exactly.
different teams score 70 points.
Now, there was one big thing that did happen though. Florida losing to USF to South
Yes,
Florida.
that was bad.
Huge, huge. And now that actually sets up a huge game at 4:30 with because now South Florida is ranked 18th and they will be going up against the number 5 team in the country in Miami.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So get your popcorn ready, ladies
Yo,
and
so they just took
gentlemen.
on Florida, beat Florida, and then
Mm.
now they like, all right, yo, Miami next.
Yeah, yeah. And I love how they do that with the scheduling because all the Florida teams play each other. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's so
Yeah,
dope. So dope.
yeah.
Just some other games to look forward to. Number 6 Georgia going to number 15 Tennessee.
That's
That
a good
mm
one.
Number 12 Clemson going to Georgia Tech. Clemson's a team to watch out for because they were having trouble against Troy, man. Like they were down like what 17-3 against Troy.
Yeah,
Crazy to me, but they somehow, some way climbed back and they ended up finishing up on that game. Um, Other games that I like, Florida going into number 3 LSU.
that's gonna even be an even better game, yo.
Mhm.
Damn.
Number 16.
Castellanos versus Nussmeyer.
Yep, yep. Number 16. Oh, no, not Castellanos. That's Nussmeier and DJ Lagway. You're
Oh,
thinking Florida State.
excuse me. I got you. I got you.
Number 16, Texas A&M going to South Bend to face off against number 8, Notre Dame. And yeah, another sneaky one. Vanderbilt going into number 11, South Carolina.
That could be a telling game as well too.
Yeah.
Vandy ain't like,
Vandy ain't the old Vandy, man.
they're somebody you kind of just you gotta
Yeah.
look out for. They're in the back. They be creeping, yo. They
Like
be
like
creeping.
like I said, last year was the first time and when I actually had to actually sit here and actually pay attention to Vanderbilt, which I
Yo,
never thought I would have to do a day in my life. Like
Vandy dog.
they're kind of like the
What?
Detroit Lions. Like, for the most part, we've seen Detroit be so bad. All of a sudden, they become good. And now you're like, Detroit? Oh, we like Detroit.
Detroit. Yeah, not Vanderbilt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
But yeah, man, we almost into conference play. We're almost into conference play.
Can't wait.
Also another thing for all my people up here in Jersey, Rutgers will be hosting Norfolk State. That's Michael Vick's team. So Michael Vick and them will be here Saturday at 3:30. So
Okay.
into that game, that will be on the Big Ten Network. That will be a good game. And then and then next week, actually, I'll put this out because this won't come out until Saturday, but next Friday Rutgers will have an all black. They have the blackout game against Iowa.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Blackout game Rutgers against Iowa too.
Big game,
Okay.
big game.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. Oh man, I love it.
We here,
It's
yo.
back.
We here, man. We here.
We are
Football is
back.
here, dog. It's here. I couldn't wait for that Sunday to come through, man.
I know,
I ain't do
man.
nothing. I'm gonna do the same thing again
Same
this Sunday.
thing.
Yo. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
hey, brother, man. We made it back. Now it's enough for the previews and all that other stuff. Yeah, now we into the to the
We in the nitty gritty, yes, sir.
sure. Yes, sir. But love this one. We'll be back next week with more information, more news, and all that good stuff. But till then, I'm your host, Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host, Kyle Silver.
and this is the Silver Boys.
Thank you, thank you.